everyone, welcome to this week's edition of Revved Up. Now this week we are very, very excited because we always bring you beautiful cars. So we've decided to also go to the most beautiful places in Uganda. I mean, look at my beautiful backdrop. Sorry, let's do this one more time. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. The kind of beautiful backdrop I meant was this. The Lake Victoria Serena Hotel. This is the golf course as we welcome you to this week's edition of Revved Up. Now, as always, we have a big celebrity on the show. We have a very beautiful car that you definitely should be enjoying. And as always, we also give you the tips. Now, if you've been reading newspapers recently or watching the news on television and on NTV recently, there's lots of accidents happening in Kampala, not even just Massacre Road. Lots and lots of careless drivers out there. So we shall give you the traffic tips just to make sure you are alive and also enjoy the driving experience. Hey, as I enjoy my latte this very morning, welcome. It's Revved Up.
On this edition of Revved Up, to ensure good visibility when driving, make sure to check that your windshield wiper blades are in good condition. If they are frayed or leave streaks, it's probably time to replace them. Give the blades a quick measure and buy refills that are the same length. There should be a plastic stopper button holding the blade to the wiper arm. Unhook it to separate them. Slide the new wiper blade into the metal arm and reattach it by pivoting the new wiper until the hook snaps into place. Repeat the same process for the other wiper and give it a test to make sure they're working smoothly.
All right, so this week on Celebrity Rides, we are joined by Denzel, a man who represented this beautiful 256 in the Big Brother house. He came back, his career was shooting through the roof. TV, radio as well, definitely one of the biggest celebrities here in Kampala. Denzel, thank you very much for coming on the show, man.
Thank you for having me. It's a very great opportunity to be here.
I want us to go back. A couple of years ago, you were introduced mainly to the Ugandan limelight through Big Brother Africa. Just how important was that experience to your shooting up in terms of, your jobs and celebrity lifestyle? How important was the Big Brother house?
Well, I mean, it's a great platform. Big Brother is watched right across Africa and right across Uganda. So coming back, I found that my brand had infiltrated from 10-year-olds to literally 70-year-olds. I used to find my mom's old friends and they're like, "Oh, Denzel," and I'd go to pick up my nephew from his kindergarten and they're like, "Denzel."
Yeah.
So I made use of that brand, that big brand that was suddenly born out of it, to join radio, TV, and also start writing.
Beautiful ride. Is it your first car? How many cars have you driven, and why did you get this very car?
This is actually my second car. I used to own a Golf, and I moved on to this. I never had dreams of owning a car like this, but I went to a car bond. I wanted to buy a Mercedes C180, the compressors. And then I saw this car, and then I sat in it. They opened the roof. I put on the engine. They gave me a ride around, and I said, "You know what? This is what I'm going home with. This is my girl for a while." Yeah. So I fell in love with it.
What are the benefits though as you're driving through town when you're going to do gigs all over the place?
Yeah.
How much does it fit into your lifestyle and exactly what you can afford and what you want?
Well, you see, one of the crucial things about being in the entertainment industry is having a visible brand. I have a brand that's out on radio, TV, in the newspapers. Yeah. So why don't I have a brand that's out in the traffic as well?
The streets as well.
So I find right now that there are a lot more people that actually remember me and they're like, "Oh, Denzel." In contrast to when I'm driving a noticeable car. Yeah. But apart from that, I always used to ride bikes and I'm an outdoor person, so I love just being in with the elements. You know, the sun in my face, the air. So it's fun. It's just a fun car to drive.
You meet a couple of guys sometimes and they say, this is what I look at before I get a car. This is what I consider for a car like this. Before you got this car, I know you like the beauty of the car. You like the open sunroof and everything. But what are those 2-3 factors you looked at first before you picked a certain car?
Well, I wouldn't say it's a perfect car. Fuel consumption in it is terrible. It's an old car, so the engine is a little bit old. It's from 2002. So, the Germans hadn't perfected, fuel management. It guzzles quite a lot. It's a 3.2 litre engine, pretty much what you find in a Prado or, an X5. So it's a pretty big engine. It guzzles a lot. I feel the burden of it in contrast to my older car. So I think it's very important to take into what you can afford in terms of petrol. Apart from that, my maintenance is really high. The parts for it aren't as common as, say, a Premio. So I definitely have to pay premium price to have my servicing done. I think the only downside of it is I can't really hang out with all my boys. There's only space for one person, so who's usually female. So
Desmond, thank you very much for coming on the show.
No problem,
we do appreciate, and we do hope folks are going to love watching your car on Revved Up.
Well, it was an honor being here, like I said before, and I'm looking forward to the show as well. I want to check out what other cars people are driving around here.
So.
All right, right behind me are the Uganda police boats. Their main role really is to kind of look out for the lake, criminals, smugglers, and everything like that. But you see, for you to have those boats on this lake, they must be very efficient. They must be well worked on. They must be very fast to work with those kind of criminals. Now, the bigger question we're asking here on Revved Up is your car's engine efficient? Does it do exactly what you want? Well, I've got some advice for you. Shell V-Power. It makes sure the engine is optimized. Make sure you get the best out of your engine and also keeping it in top form. So go to your car right now, drive to a Shell petrol station, get Shell V-Power, and make sure your engine is beautiful. It's all about the engine as we look at the futuristic cars.
Futuristic vehicles, brought to you by Shell V-Power. Chrome-plated grills of fine glossy finish, plush leather lining every inch of the interior, a digital media receiver. All this is nothing without performance. A great set of wheels is only as good as the engine powering it, and coursing through every great engine are the world's finest motor oils.
It's all about the engine.
Whatever you drive, whatever the condition, we have the right motor oil for your engine. Visit any Shell service station near you and choose the right oil for your engine. Shell Motor Oils, because it's all about the engine.
It's all about the engine.
If you caught last week's episode, then you'll remember the Rolls-Royce 103EX, their idea of how motoring will evolve over the next 100 years. Not to be outdone on their 100th anniversary, BMW have also produced a model of what they believe to be the future, the not-so-subtly named BMW Vision Next 100. The exterior of the Vision Next 100 gives it the appearance of being draped over by a cloth, since the wheels have been hidden. But the technology behind the covered wheels is actually quite practical. The material is composed of tiny triangular shapes meshed together that alter the shape of the car when it turns, reducing the drag coefficient to a minimal 0.18. Inside, the driver has the option of taking control with the Boost mode, which claims to give the ultimate driving experience, or to sit back with the Ease mode, which gives absolute control to the vehicle. In Ease mode, the seats swivel slightly to face each other, merging into the door panel, and the screens can be used for entertainment rather than information. Although no specs have been released, since this is a mere concept of travel 100 years from now, it's interesting to see that many car companies share the same vision of the future. If these brands continue to be the leading manufacturers of transportation, it's very possible that our children, and maybe some of us, will be driving such contraptions in the foreseeable future.
All right, so we are at the clubhouse. The beauty is that it's very quiet. Still have those beautiful views. And because of all that, I was having a beautiful morning because my producer has just been here having his tea. But when the cameras came, because he's not a camera guy, he decided to run away. So I'm all alone. So what I would do is I would just go through my social media just to see what's happening. Have you been to our pages, by the way? That is Revved Up Uganda on our Facebook page, and the YouTube page, the YouTube channel as well is Revved Up Uganda, where all our videos are. So do that right now. Join us and let's rev together. All right, you see, different folks buy different cars for different reasons. Some just want the beauty, others want the comfort, others want the space. But most of the folks we've actually talked to here on Revved Up tell you they want fuel-efficient cars. Now, with Checky Uganda, you've got all those options right in front of you. Right now, go to your browser and put in checky.co.ug. Just remind you, Checky is C-H-E-K-I. Yes, checky.co.ug. And you look at some of the cars that are most fuel-efficient in Kampala. Don't struggle with your budget. Don't run out of fuel. Just go to Checky and get yourself the cars that you definitely are looking out for. Take a look.
If you are a fan of Revved Up, you will remember that a Kia Sportage was featured not too long ago. So why on earth would we have the audacity to feature it again so soon? We can do this because Kia has surprised us with a complete transformation of the car we thought we knew. This is the Kia Sportage 2017. The exterior is truly mesmerizing. A vision that you could gaze at for hours on end. The vehicle screams sport and adventure, but it is combined with an air of professionalism and superiority that would enable the most powerful men and women in the country to drive it with pride. Stare into its intimidating face, and you will see the glint of killer instinct in its keen, focused eyes and in the angular tilt of its body, poised like an Olympic sprinter on the starting lineup.
All right, so I'm reading off a document here, and they say the tagline for the Kia Sportage is refinement redefined. And that is the reason I'm joined by Mr. Joseph Semwemba, who is the CEO, the Motor Center East Africa, the distributors of Kia vehicles. Yeah. First of all, thank you very much, and welcome again.
Thank you.
To our set.
Thank you.
Refinement redefined.
Yeah.
Was that the best tagline in your view, having had a feel of the car?
Yeah, I would say yes. For one reason, it's a total turnaround from what we've been used to with the 2016, 2015 Kia Sportage.
Yeah.
That was known for elegance, beauty, and style. This is ruggedness beautified.
Yeah.
And you're looking at an agile, dynamic, sportier, and ready to perform kind of car. It's really inviting. When you look at it, it's so inviting. Come try me. And that's what you have in this car now.
The interesting thing about that invitation, though, many could say it's a beautiful beast.
Right.
Because since we are next to some aquatic life here, someone also could say it looks like a toad in its own right. More of a statement, the whole redesign. Because if you look at the entire car, we've had the 2015 edition on Revved Up a couple of weeks ago. If you look at this one, everything changes. What's the thinking behind it?
First of all, the 2015 model was such a beautiful car. It was a massive leader in its segment. And to date, actually, no one has beaten the 2015 Kia Sportage. But even before, no one beats it. We have a new benchmark already. And this is a total refinement, like we said. The car has been made 40 millimeters longer, 20 millimeters wider. You will see that there's a complete turnaround, the curves around it, the sportier look. I mean, everything is very different.
Kia has emphasized the whole issue of experience.
Yeah.
But what's experience without sitting inside? So I think what we're going to try to do is to go inside the car, the Sportage 2017, and show you what exactly has improved, how much of an experience are you going to enjoy, how comfortable will you be in the car, and how safe will you be. Joseph, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let's go into the car and see what's happening.
Thanks.
All right, just before we step on the inside and show you what the inside looks like, I decided we first of all stop at the front and talk about the complete change in shape. I think Joseph should take us through what is happening here, plus these ice cubes.
All right. Somebody was saying that the designer is tired of hearing people saying that all cars are the same.
Yeah.
And now, definitely this is different. Looking at the aerodynamic shape and the curves, as you can see, this will help the efficiency of the car, both in performance, the engine performance, and also speed. The highly placed headlamps, as well as HID projections, will cut out the shadow that usually comes with so many other cars that have straight headlamps.
Yeah.
We have a very aggressive Tiger nose grille to bring out the agility and dynamism in this new Kia Sportage. And unique feature, quad ice tube fog lamps.
Yeah.
They give you a lot of LED light on the ground. You're never short of bright light in front of you.
Plus some attention.
Exactly.
Let's go on the inside and show you what exactly it does look like on the inside. Come with me.
The adventure continues inside the new and improved Sportage, with the panoramic sunroof immediately catching the eye. The gorgeous leather trim gives this vehicle the style that it deserves. It comfortably seats 5 people, supplying them with generous headroom and legroom.
All right, so we're on the inside now. The first thing you will realize is that it's all about the driver. The driver's comfort is everything in the Kia Sportage 2017. First of all, let's start off with the dashboard. It's more flat compared to the 2015 edition. And then there's a tilt. There's a little bit tilt in the angle towards the driver. Now that helps you in one or two major things. First of all, is your left hand is easy to access everything you want here, whether it's your AC, whether it's your big touch screen, which should come with some entertainment and the reverse camera angle as well. And then it's got its beautiful armrest, so you can probably relax as you drive. It's got some components of a racing car. So you've got a D-shaped steering wheel. I'm sure you've seen this with most of the race cars. And it's got all these apps, which almost every new generation car has got these days. You've got your Bluetooth, you've got your driving mode, cruise and everything. You can up the volumes on your radio and everything. It's got its pedal shifters here as well. One every new generation car is having as well. Then as a driver, you need your legroom. There's a little electronic button right there just to move and make sure you're very comfortable. All right, now this car can take you to any kind of condition, probably anywhere in the country. That is why it's got the ventilated seats. They can warm you up, or you can also have a little bit of the cold air as well in case you're feeling hot through them. Not bad. One of the few things you can just do is just smile. You almost don't feel like you're off the tarmac. Now, one of the things that everyone has been asking is if it's good on the road and good off the flat off-road, how good is it climbing, especially a hill or something hilly that could have some stones, something stony? Are we going to skid? Are we going to struggle going up? That's my final try with this very car. So let's go and see exactly that. All right, there you go. It starts right here. We are going to climb, and I'm going to try. Look, I'm going to do this. I'm going to try and drive as fast as I can. Yes, the producer should know, be careful. But I'm going to try and drive as fast as I can going up, and then I'll try and see what the feeling is like. Let's go! Nice. Nice. I was going up, but I felt like it was flat. And even though I can see the potholes, I really cannot feel the potholes. The 2017 Sportage is doing well on and off the road. But more importantly, like Kia have said over the years, it's about the driver's experience. So inside, I'm as comfortable as I can get. I have my beautiful AC. I can access everything on the dashboard. I have a D for a steering wheel. I have all my controls on the steering wheel. I can rest my arm on the outside. Big wheels, comfortable on and off the road. I did not skid. You just saw that. So beautiful machine.
It's difficult to believe that this is the same model of car that was previously featured because it has been so vibrantly transformed on the inside and outside. However, if you look closely, you will recognize the same marks of excellence that Kia is known for. Only this time, they've set the bar at an even higher standard than usual.
All right, thank you very much, guys, for watching us this very week. Hope you guys have enjoyed the show. Once again, the emphasis is on safety on the roads. Please, just be safe. Just mind the other drivers on the roads. Go get yourself that driving permit. Have some training from qualified, driving testers, and just have a good time on the roads. Let's try and avoid the accidents. Hope you guys have also enjoyed the latest Kia Sportage. Beautiful machine, whole new shape, beautiful inside and outside as well. And of course, everything else to do with the show in terms of tips and in terms of the celebrity as well. Thank you very much for joining us this week. We also want to thank the Lake Victoria Serena Hotel for allowing us to come to these beautiful sceneries and actually enjoy the show as well. So as I sign out, let me just say, stay revved up, goodbye, and see you guys next week.